So today I've got some pretty disappointing news regarding EverQuest, and I don't think that many people on this channel will care, simply because I don't think that many of my viewers play MMOs. I've never talked about MMOs before, but if I'm wrong about that, let me know what games you play in the comments section below. But I don't think that many people here would actually play EverQuest, because that's a bit of an old man's game right there. Like, it's all for the older guys. Most of the people I talk to that play EverQuest are like myself in their 30s and older, and that's what makes the community so great, is that everybody just wants to play the game, and they just want to enjoy their experience. But nonetheless, EverQuest was a game that really held a special place for me, aside from World of Warcraft. And I'm talking about EverQuest 2 here. I've recently been getting into EverQuest 1. But anyways, moving on to the video, EverQuest Next has been cancelled. This was a game that was supposed to be the successor to the EverQuest franchise. If you're unfamiliar, both EverQuest 1 and EverQuest 2, as you can see in this video, they are alive and well. Granted, they probably could use a few more players on there, but they are super old games, and MMOs have come a long way. Most people want action combat now, and I do too, but there's just something about EverQuest games that you can't get in most modern games. It's just that level of immersion, how complicated the quests are, and how difficult the game can be. Maybe not so much with EverQuest 2, because that's kind of like a cakewalk now, but anyways, EverQuest was something that we were all looking forward to, because we all wanted that next generation feel for EverQuest. Maybe not most of us, but I know it's something that I wanted. I wanted the appeal of modern games, the beautiful graphics, the action-oriented gameplay mixed with the lore and the complexity and the difficulty and the immersion of EverQuest. And I think that will be the perfect combination, but apparently it was just too much for them to handle. When you look back at games like EverQuest 1 and 2, they look pretty good when you compare them to other games that came out around the same time, but it's easy to see that games nowadays require much more time and obviously much more man hours, much more money involved in working on these projects, that it would be just this overwhelming, daunting task to create the same level of lore and depth that we experience in the older EverQuest games, but in a highly detailed, high-resolution, action-oriented MMORPG. There's just too much to do there, and that really appears to be one of the issues that they had here. They just couldn't tackle this massive goal of combining the two worlds together, basically. And we did hear a lot about EverQuest Next, and unfortunately we heard more than we saw. We did see a few trailers, and this heroic movement looked absolutely beautiful. I was really looking forward to the day that I could recreate some of my favorite EverQuest characters in the game, because I have my characters. Whenever I want to create a certain type of class, I always make that one character, just because you play with them for so long, they kind of just grow on you, and you want to continue playing as them. So I would love to see that, because it just looks beautiful, and we never really got to play any of that game. We also had the game EverQuest Landmark, which appeared to be a bit of a tech demo more than anything else, and I wanted to have that game, but I just was never comfortable with its current state enough to spend money on it, because it just looked like it was a tech demo. And I know it was in beta, but for me to spend money on something, there's got to be a bit more substance there. And I was looking forward to that, because I like Minecraft, I like EverQuest, and this appeared to be the combination of Minecraft and EverQuest. I remember watching some of these live streams where the developers would go through some of the houses that the players had created for some sort of contest, where they would take a house design and they would use it in EverQuest Next, if I remember correctly, and I thought that was really cool. I was really looking forward to the game, and this was kind of like a snapshot into what some of the cities would look like, but we're never going to get it, and it's really sad for the developers who have put so much time into the game to just, I guess, run out of money, or just eventually just have it canceled in the end, and all of their work was honestly wasted when they could have put it into the games that they already had. But I also feel bad, because I remember that a lot of this was crowdfunded, and a lot of money went into projects that people just aren't going to get their money back, and I feel bad about that, because EverQuest has some really loyal and passionate fans, and I'm sure some people spent a lot of money on this, and they're just never going to get it back. They have nothing, and I'm not even sure if they can still play Landmark or not. When you look back at EverQuest 1 and 2, they're still alive and kicking. You can still go play them right now. They're free to play, and they've changed a lot since their inception, but that's the name of the game when it comes to MMOs, especially ones that are that old. EverQuest 2, I think that came out in like 2004, so that's well over a decade old by now. And we get new expansions for these games, but we haven't really seen any new content for these games. So, you know, we see server mergers and people losing interest in games. I play EverQuest 2, and I'm lucky to find another player. Once people finally start to lose more interest in these games and they just keep shutting down servers, it will eventually become unprofitable for Daybreak Studios, and they will probably close one of the games down, if not both of them eventually, and we will have no EverQuest to play because I'm fairly sure they've established some sort of negative track record with this after they've already taken so much money from their fan base to make a game, and they canceled it and people can't get their money back. I just don't see any next step for EverQuest outside of EverQuest Next. I speak for myself, I can't really speak for all of the other EverQuest fans, but it would be really nice to see all of the HD and action-oriented gameplay of modern MMOs, but, you know, if that's the cost of it, that we just can't have it because the cost is too high, then I don't mind having another new EverQuest sometimes in the future that looks 10 years outdated. I wouldn't mind that at all, because the star attraction of EverQuest is the gameplay and the beautiful lore of the game. And that's really all I have to say about that. It's just sad to see such great potential just thrown away like this, and I'm sure they have reasons behind it. But let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Do you ever play EverQuest? And also let me know what MMOs you like to play, just because we've never talked about MMOs on this channel. I might make some videos sometimes about that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.